Welcome to my speech. I am Timmy Coy, and first off, my audience is going to introduce themselves.
I'm Justin Coy.
I'm Virginia Coy.
Barb Branco.
Alan Branco.
Nancy Madison.
I'm Christy Coy.
Adam Hawkinson.
So my speech is about a family trip we took about three years ago or so, and it's about us traveling to Kansas City as a family, and we went through a lot on that trip, but it was all worthwhile for the one day we went through. So here to start. A memory I most remember is us four in the car traveling down I-29 to go and visit Kansas City for the day. We only spent the night there. You know, we wanted to do a quick turnaround trip, and it was very memorable. We experienced a lot that day and into the night as well, and I'm surprised that we made it through. But you know, it was a very good trip, and I'll never forget it in my lifetime. We woke up that morning, the car already packed to go. And we hopped in the car bright and early to hit the road to Kansas City. We drove down I-29 for about an hour and a half, and we saw a billboard that had an advertisement for St. Joe Auction House. And so we thought to stop there. It was a very interesting place, you know, a nice rundown, and we found a couple of nice little oddities. I found a 1990 Pro set of hockey cards, and then an autographed baseball card, which I still have in my collection. For the last hour of the drive, we drove to Kauffman Stadium to go see the Kansas City Royals play the Detroit Tigers. And another part of the trip was to go visit the Topps baseball card truck as our main point of the trip. When we first got to the stadium, we found a customer service guy that was standing outside of Kauffman Stadium, and we asked him where the truck would be at. Well, he gave us unfortunate news. The truck had broken down in Colorado at the All-Star game, and so the truck never made it to Kansas City, so there was no excitement that day. Unfortunately, I was upset, but I overcame that. Wanted to make my day better. I just took it as it is, and we went to the stadium and watched the game. I ended up having a pretty good time. We took a picture with Slugger, the Royals mascot. We took it as a family, and towards the end of the game, my brother and I got Dippin' Dots that we had for dessert. Unfortunately, the Royals lost that game, which is okay, because I'm a Cubs fan. The final score was 0-3, but that didn't matter because of how much fun I had. And I really enjoyed just being at the ball field. The next part of that trip, we went over to Overland Park, Kansas, where we crossed the state line. And our first stop was a Goodwill where we shopped around. We didn't find anything at the Goodwill, which was okay, but sometimes it just goes that way. We then stayed at the Drury Inn Hotel, which is a normal place we normally stay at as a family favorite. We checked in, unpacked our bags to the room, and we arrived right around dinner time, where we ate dinner as a family. Then we went up to the hotel room, changed into our swimsuits, and my brother and I went and swam for about 2 hours in the swimming pool and in the hot tub. After that, we had some complimentary popcorn and soda that the hotel provided, and we enjoyed it the rest of our evening. We slept uninterrupted that night and had one of the best sleeps of our lives. The next morning we had breakfast, swam another hour before we had to check out, and then we carried on with our day. Our first stop of the day was at the Glenwood Antique Mall, where we found nothing, unfortunately. But as I said before, sometimes that's just how it goes. After that, we went to another Goodwill, where again, we didn't find anything. But, you know, our trip went on. The last place we stopped in the Kansas City area was IKEA Furniture in Merriam, Kansas. We stopped there for my mom, who's a teacher, and she bought furniture for her classroom for her students to enjoy. After that, we hit the road back up to Omaha. But before we hit Omaha, we stopped in St. Joseph, Missouri for a pit stop. We all got excited as we saw a billboard for the Jesse James Antique Mall along I-29. First though, we had to get gas, as my dad said that it was a travel essential. And then we went to the antique mall. We looked around and I found sports cards, one of my main interests. I was very happy about that. And also my other family members found things of their own. My mom bought a Care Bear drinking glass that we still use today, and also an M&M candy jar that always seems to come empty. As we admired our newly purchased things, our family was overjoyed and happy the whole overnight that we had experienced. As we arrived home, we walked in the house and our dogs ran to us when we got home, and that showed how excited we were to be home. Our experiences we endured that day and night were worthwhile, and I am glad that I made it through them. The trip I won't ever forget in my lifetime, as it was a family bonding time. Any trip with my family is meaningful to me, and I'm happy to make those memories with them. That's why this trip was a memory in my lifetime that I'll most remember.